interest you in Hannukah? Maybe something in a festival of lights. It's a sensible alternative to Christmas. And it lasts for 7, for you, 8 nights.
Well, Hannukah just sounds swell. Not like Christmas. So boring. Ugh.
It lasts forever, even though it's supposed to only be 25 days.
Not even. It's, one day that takes over like a 3-month span. Ugh. So annoying.
Yeah. Not that I dislike Christmas, but I dislike how it just gets so overblown.
Yes, I don't like Christmas leaking into my Halloween. That's why I choose to combine mine. Behold my eyeball tree. This is the only decoration I put up for Christmas. Not that I don't, help out friends get their tree and help my family decorate theirs. It's just, I don't need all the hassle and hustle and bustle of the holiday. But we're going to see a lot of festive cheer in today's episode of the Ghost and Molly McGee in our show called
Aqua Teen Hunger Ghost.
Because today is a holiday. Not Christmas, but Hannukah.
Although there is Christmas too.
Yes, we get both Christmas and Hannukah in this episode. And they're called
Festival of Lights and Saving Christmas.
Because, of course, we have to save Christmas. Every fucking year, we have to save Christmas. It's like, really?
I'll only accept it if Kiss saves Christmas.
Is this what they mean by the war on Christmas? Because someone's always trying to, ruin it or steal it or something like that? Like, seriously, dude. Like, you don't get your present, that just ruins everything? Really? Well, let's see how Molly and Scratch do their version of this typical trope. And also enjoy some Hannukah cheer as well, because as of course we know, Libby and her family is Jewish, so it'll be interesting to see how they collab the two. We don't really get that much. Usually it's a separate Christmas special and a separate Hanukkah special for the shows that do incorporate Jewish holidays, but in this case we get 2, so I really can appreciate that. I also want to point out real quick, I'm still recovering from illness, so if I sound a little froggy, that's why. It's the holidays, thus it's winter, which means illness is going around. Not the plague illness, but, Here, hopefully Santa can bring me the cure for Christmas. So let's get started. Let's see what happens when we light the menorah and decorate the tree. And play.
Come on, Gimmel. Come on, Gimmel. Aw, shin. You win again, potato pancake.
Oh!
Bookmarks the spot. I like that.
It's the 8th night of Hanukkah. Thanks for having us, Libby. My mom and I have never had this many people, or ghosts, over for Hanukkah before.
Yeah, plenty of turtles though, huh? Yeesh, their beady reptilian eyes are looking straight into my soul.
Oh, God.
Hello,
The turtle's up to something.
You in a second. I wanted to be prepared, so I did a lot of research into Hanukkah, which I now know unfolds over 8 subsequent nights, and is also called the Festival of Lights.
Did you seriously just wiki that shit right now?
I want to double check that. Looks like the whole city is out. I'd never be caught without a generator during a Midwest winter.
Good woman.
Of course, I forgot to stock up on fuel. Oh well, looks like we've only got enough juice to last an hour.
Gee, I wonder where this is leading. Hour 1.
Ooh, wow, what a great
So will it
Hanukkah.
last 8
You know what
hours?
is half past snack o'clock? What is that heavenly smell?
Oh, it's your
Sufganya.
Mommy, plenty of food. And since it's Hanukkah, it's all fried in oil.
Right? Food?
That's how you do it.
And all at once, my heart goes pitter, pitter, pat.
Well, yeah, because of all the oil.
Oh, I'm deep in love. I tremble at the sight of jelly donuts.
Sufganya.
That's okay. Browns make me come unglued.
These are latkes.
Chicken strips and hush puppies too.
We're kind of losing the Hanukkah thread here.
Throw away all I want is you.
Look like empanadas.
This greasy stain. How do I
Meh.
I think I burned my tongue off.
How do you burn your tongue? How it do?
Okay, the name of the game is Dreidel.
Dreidel, 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 meet you at a clay.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, none.
Sorry.
That means nothing.
Just how the dreidel spin. Ooh, shin! As in win? As in push.
As in, dreidel is tougher than it looks. Come on, Gibble.
Thank you.
Does that count?
Dreidel, don't forget who made you out of clay.
It's made of wood, though.
Come on, Gimble.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Gibble!
To taste sweet victory.
Wait, the guilt is candy? We were playing for candy?
Well, yeah.
Welcome to the first annual Mega McGee Hanukkah Spelling Bee. Your first and only word is Hanukkah.
Oh, come on.
That's cheating.
N, U, I want to say C?
Okay.
I'm afraid you all lose. There are 16 acceptable spellings, McGee's.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Okay, time for a Stein-Torres Hanukkah tradition, the Miracle Box.
Ooh.
Now, everyone, write down a miracle that happened to you this year and stick it in this box.
This is new.
Ah, yes. Oh, man, I thought of a better one.
Now we read them aloud.
We don't really need to do that, do we?
It would be pretty weird if we didn't celebrate our miracles out loud and in public. Here, I'll show you how it's done.
I hope they didn't put their names on it.
Ghost became my BFF.
Aw.
That's Molly's. You got me.
Did you tell them my miracle?
It's me.
No.
Every year she says I'm
Libby's my miracle!
Aw,
Such a mom.
So sweet. I mean, no one could top that. More dreidel, anyone?
Oh, this time! It's a miracle I didn't get caught.
For your safety, it's best you don't know more than that.
Fucking Daryl.
No, just me.
And still running. Is that really a miracle, Mom?
Oh, trust me, it is.
Yeah.
Don't Pete.
I really gotta go use the little ghost room. Woo! Crisis averted.
But Ghost don't even go to the bathroom. Go ahead, Dad.
There's a lot of things Ghost shouldn't do that he does.
Ah, I got my own. Redo.
Meh.
I think you didn't want us to read yours.
I know. I thought we were doing funny ones, so boy, I went real mean was mine. Ooh, I was real. No one was safe. But I see now. I misread the room. So
I used to haunt a house. Now I haunt a home.
Oh, I knew it would be something sappy.
I knew you were gooey partial. Bad buddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't say nice things.
Aw, that's sweet.
Their temple was dark, destroyed by the fight. All they had were a few drops of oil to light. The next day, the third day, the fourth day again, as they rebuilt the sacred spaces within, their temple's menorah stood up to the wind. Look, they said, still lit. We've weathered the worst. The storms have blown past, and look, still lit.
Mhm.
When I think of that story, deep down I know that no matter the battles we fight as we go, inside of us all, a Hanukkah glows. And look, still lit.
Freebird! Jason's making me peckish. I'm going on a vodka run.
Yeah. Bits.
Yeah,
That's a whole lot of
that's
latkes.
a lot of latkes.
Yeah. Granted, they can be addicted.
How does a ghost gain weight?
I gave up figuring out Scratch's deal.
Treats in here!
Excuse me, I'm Abby. I run the bakery down the street.
Ah, yes, I remember!
You know, it's funny. I was raised Jewish, but then I moved to Brighton, and I kind of lost touch with that part of myself. Seeing your menorah, it reminds me of home.
Yeah, it holds a lot of memories. It was one of the few things my family could take as they fled their home.
Oh, wow. Guess this was during the war.
This menorah has been with our family through plenty of tough times.
But it reminds us that even in darkness, there is light. No matter what happens, we celebrate that we're still here. Resilient, strong, and proud.
He's still eating the latkes.
Wow, what a great Hanukkah, huh? I can't believe our generator lasted 8 hours.
8 hours? It's a Hanukkah miracle.
Note to self, buy more fuel.
Why must I jinx everything?
Sorry, Libby. It's the way of the jinx.
Hey, the power's back on.
Oh, yes! It is a Hanukkah miracle! Now our Festival of Lights has actual lights! That's why they call it the Festival of Lights!
More
Very
laughter
good,
than
Molly.
anyone.
I'll have one.
Damn it, Scratch.
Most delicious holiday
The Ghost and Molly McGee!
That was... Reminds me of all the good points of Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of the Miracle Box, though.
No, that's a new one to me.
It's a nice thing, though, a way to look back on all the good stuff that happened this year that you never thought would happen. Oh, I don't want to save Christmas.
Why does Christmas always need saving?
Because it's boring.
It's the most happifying time of the year!
Welcome, everyone, to the annual Snowflake Celebration. And may I add that, as your mayor, I personally made sure that our tree is a full 2 inches taller than perfect boards.
Our tree's bigger than your tree. Oops.
Whoops.
I said it!
Oh, God.
Now it's a Hanukkah.
Oh, Tannenbaum, oh, Tannenbaum. Oh, my God. This is a Griswold family Christmas? What the fuck? Why is everything so flammable?
What?
Well, now we know why it's called Brighton.
She just needs a little Christmas magic. If we put her back.
You do not have Charlie Brown magic, kid.
I spent all the money on that stupid 2-inch taller tree. I'm sorry, everyone, but the Snowflake Celebration, like our town's happiness, is canceled.
I feel the season of joy turning into despair.
Will there still be cookies?
I mean, probably. Somewhere.
Oh, okay, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Not. And neither is Brighton. We've got to find a way to fix this.
You could get a fake non-flammable tree.
And I found it in record time, too. Let's go. Yeah.
Davenport's,
Will you
Andrea.
donate your time, money, and resources to save the Snowflake Celebration?
Interesting question.
How will
And
this
here's
make
one
me
for
money?
you? Will this make me trend?
Oh, yes, sir. On both coasts and everywhere in between.
Okay, then you know what? I'm going to give you a hard no on this charity thing. Like my father used to say, Christmas is a time to make money, not marry.
It's a Brighton tradition.
Bah humbug.
You should listen to her, Daddy. I was gonna be this year's snowflake queen. Like, Mom was at my age. But without the celebration, that can't happen.
Oh, but
Humanity.
Wow.
While you're not holding surplus, we'll just stage a photo and put it on your socials. It'll be fun.
She has a shitty dad. What a surprise.
Justice will not stand.
Was injustice really
Do not question my righteous anger.
Humbug.
There's gotta be a way to change Mr. Davenport's mind.
humbug?
Oh God, we're doing this.
Oh, and of course this is a show with ghosts in it, so...
Partnership with a Scrooge-like intervention.
It'll be good for a laugh. All right, I'm in.
You get to cause misery.
I mean, it works for him.
Yeah.
Rise and revenge.
Oh, a weird dream. And this one comes with a low rent
I'm
ghost.
sorry, low rent? Listen, pal, this is no dream. I'm the ghost of Christmas past. Here to remind you of a time when you weren't such a jerk.
Good luck with that.
I was gonna say, how do you know?
My way.
Get your ass out of bed.
Window.
Jingle bell the Krampus, jingle bell the Krampus. I'm sending Scrooge your way.
It's a vision from your past.
Okay, but like, you know, my childhood was the 1980s, the 1890s, right?
Improvise.
Merry Christmas, Daddy Davenport.
Oh my God.
Is it time for us tubular dudes to head to the snowflake celebration?
Christmas is the time to make money, not marry.
What I just saw reminded me that Christmas is a time for giving. Our bottom line, a boost, so we stay open on Christmas and we fire any employee who wants the day off and we make an example of them.
Not unless you were going for
Wow.
a fixed ghost. Say hello to your average Brighton family. Oh,
course, they have a Charlie Brown
We'll
shirt.
have to rely on the snowflake celebration for all our Christmas cheer this year.
But Mother, the snowflake celebration was canceled.
Wow, she's good.
Do you act over the top any more than that?
In Brighton. Scuffed floors, mismatched furniture, tacky throw pillows. Who barfed those out?
Excuse me? You come into my house and say that to me?
Maybe we should talk about this outside, where it's much safer for you.
I'll deck his halls.
Not over yet.
Seriously, let him.
Got one last ghost up our sleeves.
Ha!
So which ghost are you? We've had a ghost of Christmas past and present, so you gotta be the ghost of Christmas future, huh?
Death!
Oh, my business! Without the snowflake celebration, my business died. Hey, this isn't Davenport's. What's going on here? There is only one explanation for this slipshod Dickens narrative I'm living in. I am dreaming. So why am I wasting it with you when I could be flying?
God.
We almost had
Suicide.
You better catch him before he hurts himself.
You really have to?
Oh, this is the most fun I've had since my click clock.
Nobody would have had to know.
But that doesn't mean you can't have a big old Christmas right here, Mom.
Yep.
You know, we got tinsel, get the lights, get those annoying carols going, and hey, if you got the cookies, I got the time. I'll put up with the rest of the stuff. You know what I mean, Mal?
Okay, but I don't feel much like celebrating this year, Scratch. The joy's been sapped out of Brighton. And me. Christmas is canceled.
Who the fuck cares about a town celebration?
Davenport broke the spirit of Molly McGee on Christmas?
Somehow.
Nobody rapes Christmas.
Hey, wake up!
Ugh, another ghost? Which one are you?
I'm the ghost of Athens, and the Christmas spirit into your lousy carcass.
That's a ghost I can get behind.
Long, not hashtagable at all.
Would you get some Christmas spirit already?
Oh, God. So what do I do, knock it into him?
So frustrating!
Spirit, stop! Please! Is this a vision, Spirit? Or is this actually happening? She looks just like her mother. I don't understand. Spirit, why is my little button crying?
'Cause to you, Christmas is a time to make money, not marry.
My father was a great businessman, but not a very good dad. I'll do it, Spirit. I will fund the snowflake celebration. I'll make my daughter happy. I will make all of Brighton happy. I'll save Christmas.
Yes!
I guess I'll take it. Open!
We need to get the ghost of Christmas past from the future. Thousands of years ago.
In Sigourney Weaver.
We'll slather every door in green and red decor.
God, I'm gonna be nauseous. Look at this.
We'll use this old asbestos to make our official snow.
Oh, ew. That's asbestos? I mean, it still is, but whatever.
Hey, look, everybody, I'm trending.
That's really what's important.
Snowflake celebration in Brighton! You did it, Scratch!
Now where's my present?
Cookies!
Ghost and Molly McGee.
Hey, so cheesy. Amelia, it is nice to actually see like a Christmas Carol version that doesn't work. Seriously, that's been done so many times.
I do like they turn it on its head.
Yeah, like it doesn't convince him at all of anything, causes him to double down. I do like that it took like seeing his daughter sad and that actually made him care. Because I figured he was going to be one of two dads in a trope like this. He's either going to be the dad that only cares about money and works too much and ignores his daughter as a result, or he's a dad that will like spoil his daughter and do whatever it takes to make her happy. I guess he kind of waffles between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely really liked the first one, the Festival of Lights.
Yep.
It's very nice to see the underrepresented holiday of Hanukkah get representation, and they did it in a very thoughtful way.
A very informative
Yeah.
way too, for people who never experienced Hanukkah or don't know, like, all the traditions. Like, they laid it out, I guess, per hour.
Per hour, yeah.
But, like, it's, like, per lesson, so, and you cover all the spectrum, the history behind it, the traditions, the dreidels, the miracle box, all of that. It was really well done. You even got to see a peek into Libby's family history. You know, see her, I assume her great-grandparents, they probably fled, you know, once stuff started happening in World War II.
Saving Christmas, though, I'm very...
I mean, we knew going in this was either going to be really cheesy and over the top or was going to be, like, really bad.
It's like, once again, just showing the overblown nature of everybody needing to have this perfect Christmas. And it's like, especially with, like, the town, I know they're trying to get their spirit. They've been so punched down, especially by this Perfectville, whatever.
Perfect Borg.
Perfect Borg. I get that. But why does it always have to be such a focus on Christmas? Why do you need that to make everything the greatest?
And on Christmas Day, no less, like, most people I know would rather spend it with their families, not really a whole big, like, town-wide shindig.
It's not really that much of a community thing. Yes, there is some community behind it, especially if you're a churchgoer. But aside from that, you celebrate it with your own family or whoever you celebrate it with.
Most of the holiday stuff they do beforehand, you know, the lighting of the town tree and the Christmas pageant. All that's done well ahead of time because they know that most people usually go away on the day of Christmas or they stay home, which rightfully they should. But in this case, they're like, oh no, there's no celebration, so everybody's automatically sad.
Yeah, most of that stuff is done just for the same reason that they play Christmas music in the stores. They're trying to get you pumped full of the holiday spirit so you'll buy stuff. So you'll spend money in their economy.
And that's the thing, too, that weighs this whole thing down, is that they're making Mr. Davenport look like the bad guy because, you know, he's a businessman who has capitalist ideas and is only obsessed with money and stuff. But at the same time, everything they care about in this version of their Christmas is all, again, commercialism. It's like, oh, the tree and the wreaths and the decorations are burned. That means we can't have the holiday. Yes, you freaking can! Like, seriously? People can't bring, like, their own stuff from home to decorate? You're telling me everything in town went up in flames? Like, seriously? That's really all it takes to have this celebration? It was stupid.
And then again, we have the whole thing where Molly tries so hard to get everything to work. And then you see just how her own hopes and dreams just ultimately crush her when they don't work out. It's proof. It's like, stop getting your hopes up so high and getting yourself so invested in this.
And I get it. It's their first Christmas in their forever home, but come on, it's not like you've been here for generations and then suddenly your tradition is disrupted. It doesn't even really affect them. You see their house, they have their tree and their decorations and the food. Everything else is intact. They have plenty to be grateful for. But no, because the town celebration can't go on, that just ruins everything.
I'm like, how incredibly selfish of her was it for Molly to just completely shut down when Scratch is even trying to make an effort to give her a decent Christmas. He's willing to put in the work, and she's just going to be a spoiled sport that, no, my thing didn't work, and now I'm so brokenhearted about it that I'm not even going to give a shit. Stop that!
Yeah, he's like, seriously, like, Scratch has no reason to be invested in any of this. As long as he has food, that's all he cares about. And yeah, we established by now he does care about Molly. But the fact that he cares more about this is because she cares so much. It almost feels out of character almost. And granted, I appreciate him tossing the guy about, like, banging him against the water tower.
No,
that was great.
That was hilarious.
Seeing him and his element scare the shit out of him, that was perfect. But it shouldn't have had to come to that point. It should have been once he realized that the Christmas Carol thing wasn't working, he should have went full-on ghost and scared the guy into just doing this. Being like, you don't do this thing, I'm gonna haunt your ass the rest of your life. Like, that probably would have made him actually do something. But I know we had to have the whole thing with Andrea, and I am glad that they added
humanized her.
Yeah, a little bit, show that she does care about certain things, and she does crave her father's attention, even if he is an idiot and an asshole.
Let's face it, he's only doing what any other corporate person would do during Christmas. It's only natural. Granted, though, he really should have seen earlier how much it meant to Andrea just from that beginning meeting alone.
Although I'm confused, though, because she made it sound like her mother was dead, but there was a woman in his bed, so she her stepmother? Or?
Could be. I mean, honestly, what I think is it could be that it is still her mother, and she just wants to do what her mother had done. It could also be that her mother is out of the picture, either dead or divorced. One way or the other, it still works at that level because Andrea wants to do what her mother did.
And at least it makes him realize his dad was a shitty parent and he doesn't want to be the same way to Andrea. So I kind of like that. Because, granted, I don't expect him to change his ways and suddenly, do a 180 and become the most generous man in town. That does not happen. I don't care what Christmas Carol says. That shit doesn't happen. But at least...
That or, if he got a concussion and it made him change his ways.
We have like a Muppets twist at the end. He gets hit in the head and suddenly he just becomes super generous.
Office supplies for everyone!
And before anybody says anything, just a reference, he's half Jewish, and I'm not Jewish, I'm not Catholic, I'm kind of secular, but the point is we both grew up celebrating Christmas, so it's not like we're haters on it, we just dealt so much of the bullshit growing up that's why we both kind of moved away from a lot of the traditional stuff just because Christmas is overwhelming.
I mean, not so much. The bullshit more for me came as I got older and started seeing just how commercialized Christmas has gotten and just how much of a push all these stores and everything will make for it. Whenever it's even near time, it's gotten so bad. It's like you're already seeing Christmas stuff up before Halloween has happened. It gets to the point, it's like, one holiday at a time, please. There's so much stress in this.
Yeah, and for me, since I grew up in a divorced household, I always was stuck between two places. I always had parents that were demanding separate Christmas lists because, the way I found out there was no Santa was I ended up getting two of the same doll one year, and my parents both got really mad at each other because they didn't collaborate. So, yeah, since then, I've always had to do two separate lists. I always had to divide myself between the two houses, and it always was a headache because I always had, all these separate people to buy for, and a lot of time, how some relatives, they buy you these huge gifts, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to get you something. They're like, oh, no, don't do that. It's like, you feel bad. It's Christmas. You should get them something. And like I said, it's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. And I had church on top of that. I did the church thing once, and I'm like, never again.
I don't mind the church thing, but then again, I grew up with going to my dad's service every year. For most of my life, he would be going to this United Church of Christ, which is very low-key Protestant. They are very middle of the road when it comes to being Christians. They don't put a lot of emphasis on the religious aspect. It's very, very liberal. So we kind of got the simple bits of celebrating Christmas for the most part. We'd always go to the carol service because my dad loved singing with the choir, and so does my mom. Celebrating any of the holidays for me was always sort of a very low-key thing, very down-to-earth. Nothing really ultimately religious.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic, so, not strictly so, but enough where it was really annoying. I would often get the talk from, the nuns and stuff, oh, you don't say the prayers and stuff, you're gonna go to hell. Stuff like that just put me off of that whole thing. Right now, we do our own thing. We still, of course, visit our families, but... yeah, we've learned that Christmas isn't as big a deal as it was made when we were kids, and seeing specials like this, with Molly McGee, I appreciate the few different directions they went to try to not make it carbon copy of so many other Christmas episodes we've seen of past shows, but it's still annoying all the same to see it, just because it reminds you of all the blatant over-commercialism of the holiday. Really, it should focus more on people just being together, just wanting to make each other happy and not worrying about shit for like one day. But yeah, that rant aside, we still do wish all of you out there the happiest of holidays. Again, we appreciate you. You guys are our miracle in that you still hang around to watch us even now, that you leave comments and likes in our videos. We appreciate that so much, and we will always say that to you guys.
To all of you, a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, Tip-Top Tet, Solomon Dignified Ramadan,
A festive Yule, a rip-roaring Saturnalia,
a Festivus for the rest of us.
and if none of that applies to any of you, then happy shut the fuck up. But yes, happy holidays to all. We will be back once the show comes back from hiatus. In the meantime, enjoy any of these other shows that we currently have going on. And as a final prayer to all of you, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Ghost of Molly McGee, Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotzav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Hanukkah.
Mazel tov.
Shalom.
You got a noon.
Moon? What happens when I get it?
You get sleeper hold.
Oh!